It's Anastasha Grace here, and what I would like to share with you is hot and cold in the relationships. What is going on? Why is he going cold? Why is she's getting so clingy? Why when I'm leaning on to my partner and fully in, he goes cold turkey? My client asked me this question today, saying, I started dating and he was pursuing me. I didn't want to get involved too much. I was kind of all reserved and okay, I wanted to take it slowly. As soon as I was into him, he went cold turkey. And there was another situation where my client really got attached and could not get past this relationship for 6 months after it ended. Like, couldn't get him out of his head while he was completely fine. Again, went full on cold turkey, said, oh, let's end this, let's take the break, and wouldn't respond, wouldn't engage, and he was absolutely fine. So why on earth I'm the one who is getting so attached and so much in anxiety and so worried, and I'm checking my messages, and he is absolutely fine but being so cold? So the answer is lying in the attachment styles we all have from very early childhood, this embedded way to get attached. And when we are in the relationship or starting a relationship, or we are in a dating game, everything comes up. All of those insecurities, all of those kind of fears, everything that has been embedded in us as a survival comes to the surface. So there are 4 attachment styles that have been described by a psychologist, and I won't name you the psychologist's name right now. However, these 4 attachment styles are very known. They are securely attached, and that's where we all want to be, is not securely attached. Adults with this style tend to have a positive view on themselves. They have high emotional intelligence. They feel completely safe to be around with. They feel safe to be in the relationships. They take things as they go, and they really genuinely feel good about themselves, and they feel safe and feel okay connecting intimately with another person. They are reliable, they're open for communication, they speak freely about themselves and openly about themselves, kind of don't hide, don't pretend. They do not cause arguments, but rather want to resolve arguments in relationships. This, healthy interdependence in the relationship. And there are 3 more attachment styles, which are anxiously attached, avoidant, and anxious avoidant. So that's where the twist happens, right? I will share with you now easy to understand a little was a graph, right? With low avoidance, high anxiety, and low anxiety. And you can rank yourself. I do have a questionnaire where you can go through about 20 or 30 questions and mark them and find out where you are lying on the spectrum of high avoidance, low avoidance, high anxiety, low anxiety. So you can put yourself on the scale and find out where you're at. So If you have low avoidance and high anxiety, you fall into anxiously attached. If you have high avoidance, high anxiety, you fall under anxious avoidant. If you have a high avoidance and low anxiety, that's when that's where those people, or you might know someone who gets detached really easily and just moves on really fast, or they just go completely cold in relationships, or they love being by themselves. This is the avoidance style. And here, low anxiety, low avoidance is the secure attached. If you would like me to provide you with those questions, please just message me, comment below, and I will send you a PDF where you can go and test yourself. It is very, very, very helpful to know where exactly you are on the spectrum, and where your partner is or person you're dating. Why? Because it gives you an insight of your behavior and their behavior. And person who is educated, they're equipped with tools how to act. As if you identify yourself as an anxious avoidant, you would know that you can be spiked up into high anxiety, and you might act out as a high avoidance. Like you will be swinging on this kind of high clinging and high avoidance scale yourselves. Like you really, really, really want this person to call you and respond to you and talk to you and explain to you and be with you, but at the same time you withdraw and you go away and you just tell them, that's it, we're done, leave me alone, I don't want to hear about from you. Secretly hoping that they will chase after you. However, if you're dealing with an avoidant person, they won't chase you. If you're dealing with a secure person, they might actually come around and have a very good conversation with you. The good news is that you can change your attachment style, you can heal your attachment style, and I can definitely tell you from my own example. I have identified myself as an anxious avoidant many years ago. When I first learned about this theory, that was probably about 6 years ago. I just ended my marriage and I was in a dating space, and a lot of these patterns came up, right? I could definitely see how I behave in this dating game, and I also could identify what was my attachment style in my marriage. And I knew that I am anxious avoidant, which didn't make a dating game easy for me, because as soon as I really liked someone, I would get into high anxiety. At the same time, I could withdraw very easily, really making intimate connection difficult, right? Why was I on this scale? Because I was married for 15 years to a person who was avoidant. And being anxious person, like anxiously attached person, I'm not an anxious person, I am anxiously attached person. Avoidant partner was triggering me a lot. So the pattern was constantly re-triggered, right? It was constantly like this wound would be constantly opened up. However, you can heal it if you are in the relationship with a safe person, a secure person. You can become a securely attached person. So if no one's really triggering you again and again and again, you can go back to being healthy and peaceful and absolutely connected to yourself and being okay. So that's the good news. The bad news is that if you are going to a relationship with, say, another avoidant or like anxiously attached person, you will start that your attachment style might start changing again. Like if you get re-triggering, if your wound gets re-triggered and opened up, you might get negatively affected, right? So what we're looking for a secure attachment. Let's go in a little bit more into detail. What is anxiously attached? Anxiously attached people, people that are looking for high levels of intimacy, approval, and responsiveness from their partner. So there's kind of a clinginess and just you're the only one. So, oh my God, I want you, all of you. And it's almost like I will never find someone like you. So just you give me yourself, all of you, and be fully opened up to me. And this dependency, dependency in a relationship, it's almost like you invest yourself fully into this other person. You just hand over yourself into them, and you place all of your attention and all of your self-worth into them. So you want you want this relationship to be super, super close, super, super intimate, and you really suffer if you are being rejected or the relationship is not as happy as you would want it to be. So you just become like, your relationship becomes number one, and you're fully preoccupied and fully invested in it. Avoidant are those who have high levels of independence and quite often avoid attachments altogether. And we have, many examples of it. We see it in the movies, for example, when people just do not emotionally connect, or just don't let themselves go there, not into their heart, not into their soul. They just kind of really reserved and prefer not to get attached whatsoever. They feel they are self-sufficient. They feel very invulnerable, and as soon as any kind of drama or difficulty happens in the dynamic, they just withdraw and go away into their own world. They could be quite unromantic, not very involved, not very invested, and have quite a rigid views on relationships, and often uncompromising. Like, this is how I want it, this is what I choose, and if you jump on this train, you can jump on this train. If not, hit the road. So they're very rigid and uncompromising. My way or highway. That's the avoidant. And anxious avoidant, that's where a lot of mess is happening in the emotional world of the person. They can be quite unpredictable in their moods. One minute they are super attached and super involved and mushy and opens up and really soft. Another moment they withdraw and go inwards, or the stonewalling, detachment, quite a bit of drama. It is quite a volatile, emotional place to be. And quite often they do not understand why is it happening, but where it all stems from the childhood. There were tests done, and some research has been done in the childhood attachment styles. You can read about that. I'm not going to go into it. You can also start determining your attachment style by asking yourself a question. What do you like about being in a relationship? And see what comes up. What you don't like in being in a relationship. What do you like about being single, being alone? What you don't like about being single and alone? And you can start identifying your attachment style. You can also look into your past and just analyze yourself. When there were some insecurity triggered in your past relationship, how did you behave? How did your partner behave? What situations triggered your insecure attachment style? How was the relationship with your parents? How did they behave with you? Were they detached? Were they clingy? Was there like overwhelming, engulfing energy with the love? Or the opposite of it, where you didn't receive enough? Did you have abandonment wound? Did you have rejection wound? So all of those questions will start revealing to you where you're at. So you can be, you can start identifying, start seeing yourself for what you actually are, where you at, and avoid people who will trigger your insecure attachments. Just avoid them. Just don't let them play with your emotions, so you can start healing yourself, coming back to yourself, and increasing your emotional intelligence, increasing your belief into yourself, in self, and increasing your self-worth. When your self-worth is high and you feel safe within yourself, you can face anything that comes your way, absolutely anything in life. And it's related to not only just relationships and love and dating, but also money, also business, also any kind of decisions or life situations. Being safe within yourself is the most grounding and supporting place to be. And this is what I will be sharing more of in my free 4-week program. It's going to be live streamed every Sunday from 4th of October, and we are going to go deeper into that place of how to become your own sovereign being, how to become the CEO of your life, of your emotional space, of your mental space, of your physical space, so you can start making decision out of the empowered place, not out of clinginess, worry, anxiety, like regrets, demands, insecurities, and so on and so forth. You come into the center of yourself, and how to create the life you want out of that place. That is what I'm going to be teaching in Freedom Potential Mastery. So you can find your own inner freedom, you can come to the place of your own inner freedom and unleash your full potential, live your life the way that you came here to live. I hope that was helpful. Please feel free to ask me any questions. If you want a free questionnaire, it's a fairly short one, very spot on. And you can just answer those questions and figure out which your attachment style you are. To sign up for my free course, it's anastasiagrace.com/freedom potential. Please sign up. I will be sharing a lot of free and amazing, powerful content. I'm all about power, sovereignty, independence, taking responsibility for who you are, and yeah, being magnificent, the being that you truly are. Just a slight note about the questionnaire. I was saying that you can change your style. I have done the questionnaire and I am now a secure attachment style. because I have done so much work on myself, plus I am in a secure relationship with a partner who has a secure attachment style, and that's his style, right? He's secure. That allowed me to heal my anxious avoidant. So that's where I know that you can heal it, and I can feel it. Definitely, it's a huge difference in that space, being anxiously avoidant and being safe. So yeah, love, safety, grace to you, and looking forward to hearing from you. Bye.